If you're a new trainer and you're trying to get clients in the gym, don't do this. Let me help you fix that. When does it make sense to correct somebody in the gym, or does it ever make sense to correct somebody in the gym? And I know you've probably thought about doing this at some stage. You've seen someone doing an exercise and you're like, just don't think they're doing that right, or like, they could just get so much more out of that exercise. And especially as you get certified as a trainer, you've learned a lot. And part of that is you're excited to spew that knowledge on other people, but they have to be willing and wanting to accept it, all right? So I'm gonna give you guys a little frameworks and thoughts around when does it actually make sense, and is it a good strategy when it comes to getting new clients? Because most of the time you're gonna find that it's not. But I'm also gonna give you what to do instead. So first off, when to correct someone? It is a good question, right? You may be working for the gym that you're in, you're an employee of them. There's some responsibilities for those people. So here's what I'll give you guys, an easy gauge to know, yes, I definitely need to say something. Are they gonna die? Like literally, is what they're doing super dangerous, right? Are they about to pull an entire cable stack over on top of themselves, which you know, we all see it on Instagram and other places, it happens. If so, yeah, let's make sure that we keep people safe. But knees going over the toes in a lunge probably doesn't qualify. Because here's the caveat to that. When you see someone doing an exercise, even like what you saw in the video before, someone's knees going further over their toes, and you might have the thought, I'm like, I don't think that's right. They might be doing something for a reason that you know nothing about. That's a really great example. Knees over toes with lunges. 5 to 10 years ago, if you came to me and asked me if that was correct technique, I'd say like, I don't know, like there might be some strain potentially, but more research has come out. The knees over toes guy making these exercises a lot more common. And now I would say, hey, you know what, they're probably doing it for a reason. They're probably trying to strengthen their knee and get stronger and deeper ranges of motion. So there might be reasons that you don't know. And I'll give you guys my funny personal example. Probably like 4 or 5 years into training, I was in another gym, I had been traveling, and I was doing push presses, right? Where I'm using momentum, pressing the weight up overhead. It was part of my program at the time. And I had a guy come up, and I'm sure he was well-intentioned, right? I'm in between sets, I got my headphones on, you know the deal. Comes over, taps me on the shoulder. I'm like, all right, I gotta take my headphones out. I'm like, hey, what's going on? It looks like you're using a little bit too much momentum with that exercise. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, it's called a push press. It's called a push press. So that could be a case for you, and I don't want that to happen, all right? So again, if they're doing something really unsafe and you don't want someone to hurt themselves, yeah, step in and say something. There is a responsibility to keep people safe in the gym. But I'm gonna say, guys, 95% of the time for you, especially if your goal is to get new clients as a new trainer in a gym, it's a bad plan. And it's a bad plan because most times you have no rapport with this person. There's no connection. People are already coming into environments like this in the gym so self-conscious about what they're doing. So as long as they're okay and they're safe, you might want to try a different route instead. So rather than just tell you what not to do, I want to give you guys some more effective strategies when it comes to this thought and this process. How do I try to provide value for somebody, maybe actually help them with an exercise, but do it in a way that's going to serve them and me better? Well, first off, it's definitely going to help if it's not the first time you've spoken to them. All right, so hopefully as you guys are getting started as a new trainer in a gym, you're spending a lot of time there. You're introducing yourself to people, and it sounds very simple and silly, but you're gonna see the same people all the time. You might be in there at 8 a.m., 5 days a week, and you'll end up seeing the same 25 people, other people randomly in and out, but those other ones, they'll be there all the time. So it's gonna be great for you. Introduce yourself. And one of the easiest ways I have found is, guys, people love being complimented. And it can be on something small, but it should also be genuine because we don't want to be fake as we're trying to build relationships with people. But think about shoes, watches, headphones, workout gear. There's so much that you see when people come into the gym. Just make a comment about it, and that can be it, right? First time, like, hey, I really like your shoes. Where'd you get those? Those are cool. Love that. Oh, by the way, my name's Joe. And that's it. Walk away. Walk away. You don't have to go right in for like, hey, do you also want to do an intro session with me? Or do you want to come train with me? Because chances are people aren't ready for that yet. But they could get there if you give them time. So compliment, introduce, strike up some sort of conversation that's not you saying, hey, you mind taking your headphones out for a second? Yeah, you're not doing that right, right? Again, think about that. How does that come across? Let me fix this. Let me correct that. Most people, defensive right away. Even if they actually would love your help. right? Love your help. So again, that approach, old school, guys, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And there's better approaches for you. So compliment and introduce. The other part here too, it's kind of a simple one, but as you're thinking about spending time in that environment, make sure that whatever gym you're in, that you're training clients, you not only need to be working out, but you should be there working out without headphones and smiling at everybody. Another one that might impede your workouts, but really goes a long way. Because then all of a sudden, think about this different scenario, right? You see someone doing an exercise, maybe they're rounding their back in a deadlift, but you've already had conversations with them, right? You've talked to them, you already know Jim on the workout floor. You know, you've been there, you've smiled, maybe you've like handed them something, you know, a weight, whatever it might be. And now all of a sudden, when you come up and talk to them, there's already so much more trust. And they're probably gonna be excited to get your expertise because they know you're a trainer there, right? You've been walking around with the shirt. They know what you do. They know what you do. And it's gonna open the door. And you might even find they come to you, right? They're doing their rounded deadlift and they just kind of catch you like peeking over. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, do you mind telling me if I'm doing this right? Same situation, totally different outcome, right? And they come to you in that instance as well. So I think that's really huge. And I put here in my little red, smile. Smile, be open. You're here to help people, connect with people. It's the simple stuff that works. You just got to give it time, guys. And then the third one here, this could be an option for you. Let's say, especially if you've done these other things, you have created a little connection. You've said hi before. They're obvious that, hey, I know this guy's a trainer here. Like, I get what he does. It might open the door for them to ask you questions because they see you there, you're smiling, working out, doing cool stuff like trainers do. And they're doing a shoulder workout. And they might come up to you and be like, hey, you know what? Like, I've been doing the same stuff forever. You mind showing me an exercise or two? That's if they come to you. You could come to them with the same thing. Say, hey, I know you're doing shoulders today. I love doing shoulders. Do you want me to show you a couple exercises? Totally different approach, right? All of a sudden, there's a real give. And you've done it in a way that doesn't demean them, doesn't tell them they're doing something wrong, because that's not the kind of relationship that's gonna lead to personal training. So I hope you guys have taken away from this video what not to do. Don't just go correct people unless they're gonna die, right? They're gonna get hurt, help them. We don't want people getting hurt. Otherwise, it's probably a bad plan and it's not gonna serve you. But do build relationships, do talk to people in the gym, do be present, have conversations and offer value. And I promise if you do that long enough, you're gonna have no problem getting clients as a new trainer. And if you got something out of this video, and this is really relevant for where you are as a trainer, trying to get clients and build your business, but you're just not confident, check out the link below to get more information on our 2-day accelerator. This is a live, in-person experience with myself and the team in South Florida, where we're teaching you everything you need to know. Post-certification, how to work with clients, how to build your confidence, how to actually get clients in the gym, like strategies we talked about in this video. So if this is you, make sure you check out that link below, and I hope to see you there.